What's going on, world? This is your boy Jhoni, the voice, and Samantha Mia here in New York City. I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of this righteous podcast. And here we go, man. Today's topic is one that hits home. It's very personal for both Samantha and myself. I'm sure a lot of you out there can totally relate. If you guys would excuse the chair sounds, we're in our garage and we just kind of just go off the handle here, so bear with us and listen.
In moments of anger or when you want something to go your way and it's not going your way, wonder where your unhappiness is coming from. When you know you have plenty to be grateful for, but you don't know how to appreciate it.
That, or you just feel like unfulfilled, empty. There's still something that bothers you that just you can't explain. You know, you go through life kind of just trying to figure that out. You know,
Or you're just going through life. You're just
going through
living
emotions
every day. Yeah. No matter how many times you write notes, reminders, and you plan out your week, your month, even your year, you're just going day by day.
Now, do you ever find yourself wondering why you feel so down, so depressed, knowing that you have so much to be grateful for, knowing that you have a decent life, you know, that everything is pretty good, you know, you can't really complain,
But
you still feel
unhappiness.
emptiness. We've come to the conclusion that, you know, this is kind of just like self-assessing in a way, and I know there's a lot of information available on this out there, but it's something that, like, I guess not a lot of people talk about because it's deeply rooted, you know. So, you know, we've come to the conclusion that most of these feelings are rooted in trauma.
Yeah, anything that might have happened in your childhood or at any point in your life, whatever, maybe something happened and it changed you. It changed something in you, whether you realized it or not.
And these things, you kind of just put them in this box that, you know, that's in the darkest corner of your heart, of your soul, of your mind, that you just kind of, I guess, whether it happened when you were extremely young or even if it happened, you know, later on in life, you still kind of like put it there just so you could get on with your life or just go through the motions of life. And you kind of just ignore that, and I think that's the problem. I think that
we try to cover it by doing a bunch of things. We try to stay busy as often as we possibly can, just so we can forget it, and we can, because it happened to me.
Yeah.
You know, you try to create new memories. To push it back and push it back and push it back, and you're not facing it. You don't face it, and then you fall into situations that
absolutely, and then you
that
find
probably
yourself
could have avoided.
literally face to face with this problem one day.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main solutions, I think, this is just my personal experience, is sharing it with somebody that, you know, obviously someone you trust.
I believe that, and I agree, because when I shared my personal experiences, my trauma with you, it gave me the strength to really talk about it, really dig in deeper, and facing it. And it's hard still, but it's much better. It's much easier to speak about, and enough to go public with it because maybe I can help somebody that's currently going through it, or that probably felt the way that I felt and probably still feel. You know?
And that's one of the main reasons why you feel so alone, because you feel you're the only person that's gone through it, because you haven't told anybody. You know, when Samantha told me her experience, you know, I told her mine, and that's part of like, and maybe it might not have been at the same time. You know, she told me, and then it dwelled, and then you just one day you just find yourself kind of like accessing that part of your memory where that box is stored, and then tears come down your eyes. You know, they roll down, and you just wonder, like, wow, like this is really the reason why I've been so away from myself. You know, because you that takes you away from who you are, and putting that, you know, extracting that energy, that negativity, whether, you know, usually it's something that dramatic, you know, that it changes you. It changes who you really are. And I think in sharing it, going public with it, you finally liberate yourself, and you realize that you are not alone. You're not the only person that's gone through it. Obviously, there's billions of people in this world. So this is why we're doing what we're doing right now, just so we can tap into all those people listening that have possibly been through the same situation.
Yeah, and also raise awareness.
Absolutely. I think just talking to somebody, you know, that could liberate you from depression. You don't need pills right now. You don't need none of that. You don't need drugs. You don't need any of that. All you got to do is literally just talk to somebody, lift that weight, get it off of you, and you'll be able to move on eventually. Just find that person that you can talk to, you know, just see if, you know, even if you're not a person that's gone through that, if you see somebody that you know has, you know, changed in a way that is noticeable, that you know, wow, this person, or you see them go through certain phases, or, you know, it's easy to just label it bipolar disorder or whatever.
You have to wait to see if someone that you care about is changing. Follow up on people, like check up on people.
Yeah, bro, just check
up on those people that you care about.
Send that text, bro. Send that voice note. Send that DMs. You know, send that.
I feel like we don't even
message.
Do that anymore. It's okay. I saw a picture or a story on IG, so they're live, they're good.
They look happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
which is a facade. Like Instagram and TikTok and all those platforms. I mean, I could post a picture smiling and then going mad right after.
Exactly. Don't be fooled. You know, don't fool yourself first of all, because sometimes we'll take a picture and we look happy and we're like, oh, that looks happy enough, and post it, assuming that whoever sees it is gonna just think that you're happy, and that's not, you know, people thinking that you're happy or believing that you're happy in a picture or whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean you are. You know, so. Be real with yourself, be real with your environment, with the universe. That's, I think, the bottom line. That's helped me, you know, find myself again. And I think, you know, a lot of people could use that. A lot of people can go by that rule, you know. So whatever trauma, whatever it is that you feel, if you can tap into it, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it takes years. You won't even know until one day you're taking a shower, and then boom, the water hits you a certain way, and it's like, whoa, what happened? Or like you smell something that brings you back to that moment, and it's like triggers. Yeah, you know, eventually, you know, I'll share my experience.
Same.
You know, something that I've never done. I've never shared my experience like that with anybody other than, you know, my wife and certain other people. But it's you know, I would definitely be more than willing to share my experience, as traumatic, as graphic as it was. You know, I do that for you guys.
And also, don't stop doing something that you love. If you feel something, if you need to say something, don't think about what somebody else is going to think or the judgment. Let it out, because we have in many ways taught ourselves to bottle things up and act hard, but you don't have to.
Yeah, like just be real, man. And if you really need, like I said, if you need somebody to talk to, speak up. You know, pull somebody aside. And again, if you're not that person that's going through it, yo, check up on your friends, bro. Like I said, send that text, make that call, send that DM. That's all it takes sometimes, you know. That's really all it takes. If you feel
like you don't have anybody to talk to, you can reach out to us.
Reach out, man. If you want to, we'll get on the mic with you. You know, we'll get on this podcast if you need to speak. If you want to do that live in public, we could do that. You know, for sure. Just hit us up. We'll make it happen. We'll talk to you. We'll go through it together. You know, I think that's perfect. We have this platform to connect with you, whoever you are out there. You know, this is New Woke City. This is to wake up your brain, your mind, your soul, your spirit, you know, in every way possible. You know, however we could do it, however we could trigger that, whether it's through this, you know, social therapy, you know what I mean? Because that's really what it is. And like, I think the world needs more direct communication, you know, instead of just a comment or the, you know,
or a little swipe or a like or a share.
And a share and a view. It's much more. Life is more than just a view, you know. Obviously, these devices, these platforms have brought us closer to those that are farther away and further from those that are closer. So we got to remember that it's we feed into it. We get so lost in it that we forget that there's, you know, people right next to us that need a live comment, that need a live question, and just, you know, just to be checked up on. So that's really what we got on for. It's, you know, currently about 4 a.m. here, and this is just something that we felt we had to get up and share at this very moment. So I want to say thank you for listening. This is New Woke City. This is your boy Jhoni the Voice and
Samantha Mia, and know that you matter.
Always. Every single soul. God bless you.